The House and Senate advancing separate pieces of legislation to fund the government. Neither has much chance of getting to President Biden's desk, at least not right now. The government funds run out on Saturday night. Joining us now, Republican Florida Senator Rick Scott. Senator, thank you so much for being here. At this point, it seems like a lot of the haggling is going on the House side, but what can you tell us about the Senate and sort of where things stand?
Well, I think both the House and the Senate wouldn't, we don't want government to shut down. I don't know. I've not talked to anybody that says they want government to shut down. Now, what they do want is they want us to actually pass budgets, which, at the Senate side, we're not even talking about budgets. There's 2 days to go, and I don't know why Chuck Schumer has decided this year, oh no, he did the year before and the year before that. He doesn't even talk about budget all year. So I think that people are frustrated. I think the public wants us to balance our budgets. They want us to not shut down government. They want us to secure the border. So hopefully both the House and the Senate will pass something and come together before Saturday night so we don't shut down government. I'm optimistic.
And Senator, my understanding is that your colleagues in the Senate, they did advance this stopgap bill to keep federal funding at current levels until November, basically buy some time to keep the government open. But from what I've read, you oppose that because the bill doesn't include enough money for disaster relief?
Well, this is a 1 year anniversary of Hurricane Ian. I've been asking for a vote for months, probably since January, to just say, let's fully fund FEMA so they can do their job. And let's make sure our farmers get relief through the Department of Ag. I've had a simple bill. The Democrats blocked it a week ago. This doesn't just impact Florida. We had the wildfires in Maui. We had the hurricane in California. We got flooding in Illinois. Every state's right now getting paid out of the Federal Disaster Relief Fund. And I don't know why Chuck Schumer and the Democrats are opposing it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So it's not going to prevent us from passing something. But this is so simple. I don't know why we're not doing it.
Well, senators, that bill is not that simple because it is an agricultural bill that includes the provisions you talked about, but it also includes a provision that would nullify the Biden administration's push to allow the abortion pill to be sold in retail pharmacies, which has nothing to do with agriculture as far as I can see. So why not just try to pass a clean bill that doesn't have that in it?
That's not part of my bill. My bill only does basically two things. It provides the funding for FEMA, which they are part of disaster relief. It's the Federal Disaster Relief Fund. And number two, allow the Federal Department of Agriculture, which they've done in the past, use block grants to work with our state's Department of Agriculture. That's all my bill does. And so I don't understand why this bill wouldn't have gotten done months ago. Now, this is a 1 year anniversary of our hurricane in Florida, Ian, and our farmers are not getting any relief. And the federal government has committed this relief, but they just won't do it.
Does that mean, Senator, though, you would then support a bill that, let's say, stripped out new money for Ukraine, but added more for disaster relief?
Well, it depends on what else is in there. It's never just one thing or the other. We also are supporting a lot of us are a bill that would just say we're not going to do government shutdowns anymore. We're going to keep funding where it is before, because here's what's happening. Democrats and some Republicans, they don't focus on the debt, on the budgets. Then they say, we have to do a continuing resolution. They do it right before a holiday, like Thanksgiving or Christmas. Then they come up with this massive spending bill that none of us ever have a chance to read and say we have to sign it or the government's going to shut down. That's not the way your government should run. And so we have a simple bill that says we're not doing that. We're going to just continue to operate government at the same level we did before. It's not the perfect answer, but it'll stop us from having these massive spending bills. We're at $33 trillion worth of debt. You watch what's happened to interest rates. You watch what happens to inflation. The inflation will not go down. Interest rates will not go down until we balance our budget.
And Senator, I want to switch gears here a bit to another topic, because I know you've been outspoken on China and TikTok specifically. I wanted to get your response to this recent Wall Street Journal report noting that a string of high-level executives have transferred from ByteDance to TikTok. Some moved to the U.S., according to the journal from ByteDance's Beijing headquarters. What's your reaction to that report, Senator?
I think we need to wake up. China has decided, their government has decided to be our enemy. Whether it's putting fentanyl through our system, killing 70,000 people, build a military to defeat us, threatening Taiwan, whatever you want to say. We need to stop and say, China is not our friend. We need to stop doing business with them. One, you as a consumer can do it, and our government should say, we're not going to do business. You're not going to be able to put TikTok on our social media, on our phones and stuff. It's toxic to our kids, and China is trying to demolish our way of life. We have to acknowledge this.
And Senator, I can't let you get out of here without one question about that big Republican primary debate last night. I am just interested, Senator, in hearing who you thought really won that debate, who really stood out to you, and do you think it's even actually relevant, Senator, if former President Trump isn't on stage?
Well, first off, I think the voters are winning because they're getting the opportunity to listen, and these candidates have the opportunity to tell their story. So as we all know, Trump is way ahead in all the polls. It's hard. It's going to be hard to beat a former president, just as it's beat a sitting president. And look at the difference. When Trump was president, the border was secure. We weren't at war in Ukraine, and we had a great economy. So whether it's Biden is going to have to, if Trump's the nominee, he's going to say, what's he going to do better? Or if it's one of these, candidates that are running, they're going to have to say, what are they going to do that is better than what Trump did? But I think the voters are hearing from him, so I think the voters are winning.
Senator Rick Scott, thank you, sir, for your time today. Appreciate it.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.